Hello and welcome. I've got a few new members who have started recently, so thought I would take the opportunity to say hello and welcome whilst I was doing my live for this week. I hope that you are enjoying the content so far. I hope you've had a chance to have a look back at videos and see what resonates with you and what use you can take from that. I'm Sarah Wilson. I'm the life coach and accredited life coach and director of Coastal Coaching Sussex. I try to come on here once or twice a week just to have a quick chat with you, but I confess at the start of January I haven't been great at doing that. So I have just updated my schedule and booked in times to come and have a chat with you because I want to make sure that I'm present on the page. I want to make sure that I am coming to talk to you regularly. Hello and welcome, and thank you very much for joining my world. Wanted to talk to you all today a little bit about some of the issues that can come up in terms of self-sabotage around when you are struggling in an area of your life and how that might manifest itself in other areas. So for me, when I've gone through difficult times before, I have been very prone to getting out the plastic card and spending to sort of hide and putting my happiness, I think, into material things or experiences and what have you. So if you are accumulating debt in trying to fill a void, then it's important to have a look at that and work out why you're doing that and where it's coming from. Spending money is lovely. Spending money is lovely if you've got it and if the debt can stay under control. But I think an awful lot of us end up doing put it on the credit card, doesn't feel quite real that you're spending the money. It's not obviously coming off an account. You're not seeing a balance get lower and lower. You're just seeing it getting higher. And then what generally tends to happen is you realise that what you're paying off each month does not equate or exceed the amount that you're actually spending. So you might be paying off, I don't know, £50 a month because that's the minimum payment, but actually you're putting on £350, £400, £600, £800 a month. And so although it's under control in terms of the fact you're not going to get into trouble for that because you're still making all your monthly payments, there will be something behind it. There will be something more about it that you need to look into. So does this resonate with you? Are you trying to fill a void by buying things? Those things could be things that feel good for a very, very short space of time. So for example, you buy a new pair of shoes, the new pair of shoes makes you feel happy and that's fantastic and what have you, but within a week, couple of weeks and what have you, it no longer brings that element of joy. So then you're like, right, what's the next thing? You see a sale sign and you go into the shop and you think, well, it's a sale, so this item that I'm buying, there's a saving on that of £50. So I'm saving £50. Well, you're not. You're paying the amount out that item still costs. The saving element is kind of like a psychological thing to tell you, oh, this is good, this is such a deal and what have you. But again, you're not saving that money, you're spending whatever the cost is. So that can be linked to self-sabotage. That can be linked to, I don't feel happy where I am with my life at the moment. I'm not happy, I'm not satisfied. And actually that is really quite problematic because if you are trying to offset that void, actually what's going to happen is that you're just not going to fix it and it's going to keep going on. Your credit card's going to keep going up and up and up and up. And actually you're not really achieving anything for it apart from these little pockets of happiness here and there which just aren't lasting and not sustainable. So what I would suggest you do is you do something called a wheel of life, which I'm going to put up onto the page a little bit later. The wheel of life, you may have come across it before. It's basically a circle split into different segments, and each segment represents an area of your life. So for me, for example, the areas of my life are my business, my family, my extended family. So my family is kind of like the kids and my husband. My extended family is then like my mum and dad and other people that we've got in our lives, like my uncle and auntie and what have you. Then I've got hobbies that I have. Time alone is one of mine because that's actually really important to me. When I was younger, I hated living alone. I hated being alone. Even when I'd split up from my marriage, I really struggled, and it was during that healing period that then I was able to say, actually, time alone is really important to me now, and actually I get a bit antsy if I don't get any. So time alone is an important element of my life. So is, what else have I got? Did I say hobbies? Hobbies is important to me as well. I'm a member of Rock Choir, which is a national choir across England. I think Wales and Northern Ireland. I think it's UK based. That's really important to me. I've had some amazing experiences there. So obviously that's an important element of my life. And then my relationship with myself. Relationship with myself, I'd never even really thought of as a thing many years ago. You know, it wasn't all about me. Was very much a people pleaser, and I still love serving people. I still love helping other people, but have a great understanding now that unless my cup is full, I can't serve everybody else. Anyway, once you've got up to 8 areas of your life that you have then put into this wheel of life, you then colour or shade, or however you want to do it, what score you would give that out of 10. So, for example, if I say that my hobbies at the moment are a 6 out of 10, then I would colour in 6 segments. And what you end up with is a real good visual representation of where you are happy in your life, where you are not, what you're struggling with and what have you. And it's a really good way to work out, right, okay, so in X area of my life, actually that's scoring really low. Is that linked to me then spending money? Is that linked to me then trying to fill some form of void with these physical items? And how do you feel about it? How do you feel about having that debt? How do you feel about, or even if, you know, maybe it's not necessarily linked to debt, but maybe it's just that you're spending money that isn't actually fulfilling you in any way. And although you might not be accruing money on a credit card, you are still sort of spending, but it's not actually for anything. So for example, for me at the moment, and this is debt related, I'm not spending my money on frivolous things. What I am spending huge amounts of money on is our car, which has turned out to be a bit of a lemon. And we keep thinking, oh, this will be the last time we fix it. And we've just had to bite the bullet and go, we can't afford to keep doing this. I worked out yesterday that we're spending about another £900 on average a month on making sure the car keeps going. Not sustainable. So we've got nearly to the end of our funds now, and I feel incredibly resentful towards the car, which is such a shame because it was supposed to be such a treat, and that hasn't happened. So your attitude towards whatever it is that you're accumulating for whatever reason it is, so whether that be going and buying shoes, or whether that be you see it as an investment but actually it's kind of going down the pan, explore how you feel about that. Explore what it is that it's doing. The bottom line is that there's something that is lacking if that is happening. If you are constantly spending, why? Why are you doing it? You know, what is it for? What void are you trying to fill? Do some journaling around that and see what happens. If you would like to have a further conversation about that, just to sort of pin down what the issue is, then do set up a call with me. When I put the wording into this video, you will see a link in there, which is to my calendar. Book yourself a call and come and have a chat with me. There's no obligation and it doesn't cost you anything, but it may well start to iron out exactly where issues are for you in your life and what you want to do about it. I will be back with you later on this week. Hope you have a good week, and I will see you, I think, on Thursday. But I'll pop up something just to remind you. So lots of love. Thank you to those who watch live. Your names have just come up. Hello, Sarah, and hello, Elaine. Lovely to have you with me. Yeah, I'll see you a little bit later in the week. Take care.